Today on DNVR Buffs Live, the 2026 schedule is out. We give our takes on what we love and what we hate about the new schedule.
Buff Nation.
Let's go.
Squad.
Coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Is DNVR Buffs Live. Big day. We got a schedule for the 2026 season. Tons to talk about today. Scotty, you spoke to our guy, Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Not that Cam Newton.
But Cam Newton's not our guy.
He is
This Cam
definitely
Newton
not.
is.
Yes, he is. We'll talk about the beginning of winter workouts. Sav'ell Smalls and why he medically retired, which is crazy. I don't know if you read that or saw that, but
I did not.
we will talk about that. Darian Mensah, that situation, which makes zero sense to me, any of it. Maybe a little CFP conversation as well. How we feeling?
Feeling good, bro. Feeling
Feel
good.
great. I'm still a little peeved that the Buffs basketball team got absolutely hosed by the referees last night for the third time this season.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a complaint about the refs guy.
Yeah.
Some things are just cut and dry. And the last two especially have been just absolutely egregious misses that deeply impacted the game. So I am a little upset about that, especially considering went all the way to Boulder for a 9 p.m. tip.
Yeah, that's
got home
crazy.
at 12:30.
I'm not a complaint about the refs guy typically either, but when a blatantly wrong call impacts a game the way that did last night.
Right. It's one of those ones where it's not like, oh, this is like it's up to the refs to kind of make a determination here.
50-50 judgment call. It was a black and white.
A true
You can't do that.
violation.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
that should have given the Buffs 2 shots in the ball. But
It's crazy.
I digress.
We'll get into it. The schedule's out. Go ahead, Alyssa. Throw it on the screen. We, of course, knew. Shout out to the chat, by the way. Shout out to TZ and everyone else. We knew the non-conference for a minute. But now we got the conference slate set and ready to go. There's some things that I really like about this. Who wants to start? Initial takeaway from the schedule.
My initial takeaway is that this is my favorite schedule graphic we've ever made. So shout out Yaya.
Yeah.
I think
Yaya.
he crushed it on this. I don't know why. It's just very aesthetically pleasing.
It is.
My next takeaway, you want my good takeaway or my bad takeaway?
Let's start with the good things first.
Okay. The end of the schedule slate is as friendly as I can remember.
Definitely.
Maybe since being a CU fan. It feels like every year our schedule is backloaded, and we're looking at the beginning of the schedule saying, like, all right, well, we probably got to get to at least 4 or 5 before this last 4-game stretch because it's going to be tough to win these. So it's kind of nice to know, like, okay, there's no layups in the Big 12 for sure.
Yeah.
But there are some favorable matchups late in the season at home
Definitely.
to, hopefully pad the win total.
I think those are 3 of the most winnable games there on the
Yeah.
schedule. Those last 3 games, Houston, at Cincinnati, and then back home to close the regular season against UCF. That was one of my main takeaways as well. Something else that I like or love about this schedule, if we can throw it up just one more time, I love that, in my opinion, we're going to know exactly who this team is heading into the bye week.
Yes.
Through 5 games, we are going to know exactly who this team is and exactly what this team is about and what they're made of. Because you open the season on the road against a good football team that's lost a lot of talent, including their quarterback, but we know that Brian Key is going to have them boys ready to go, particularly at their home stadium to open the year. A road game against Northwestern, a road game against Baylor, DJ Lagway, and then obviously, hosting Texas Tech, the reigning Big 12 champions, on a Friday night. You're going to know exactly what this Colorado football team is about going into that bye week, and I like that. Totally. I like that a lot.
So for audio listeners, obviously we know the non-conference slate. It starts off Big 12 at Baylor, versus Texas Tech on a Friday. We got a bye week, the only bye week of the season.
Yeah.
Now picking up week
RIP
7.
2 bye weeks. We loved you.
It was too good to last.
For real.
Week 7, picking it up at home against Utah, at Oklahoma State, back at home for Kansas State, at Arizona State, back at home for Houston, on the road for Cincy, wrapping up the season at home against UCF. I love the alternating home away in the second part. You don't really have any road stretches. I mean, you do have at Northwestern, at Baylor, week 3, week 4. And those teams are, rebuilt. Northwestern, we'll see if, I don't know who they have at quarterback, but obviously they're going to have Chip Kelly at OC. So they'll have some tricks up their sleeve. And then Baylor's going to have DJ Lagway, who just signed the last couple days or so. But you just kind of, I feel like that always, like, what's coming, like, ahead in terms of, at least we get to come back home. Like that's always in the back of your head. I think I just really like that.
I agree with you, bro. And I think if we're going to go into things we don't like so much, because I think this kind of goes into it. 3 of the 4 first games on the road, it's tough. Don't love that.
Yeah. This is the work of a deeply unserious football program. Not now, but when this schedule was made.
Yes.
Big time football programs would never do this.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that now that we've come a long way from where we were at the time where this idea was made, that we're paying the price for it. And I honestly think that something should have been done to change this. Like, we see teams canceling games all the time. It's not, I love the idea, like Bill McCartney used to say, we'll play anyone, anytime, anywhere, play in the parking lot.
Not anymore.
I love that.
Not anymore.
But it's just, you should never, ever, ever have 2 Power 5 road games, Power 4 road games in your own non-conference slate, which you get to choose.
Yeah. Not even neutral site.
Yes. You should probably just have all home games.
Sure.
And, maybe you're going to have a home and home in there with a legitimate opponent that's going to alternate. But it's frustrating to me because then you talk about the 3 out of the 4. Well, the 3 out of the 4 would only matters because we botched the part that we can control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, I'm mad about it.
And just to drive the point home about how, I guess, rare this is the first time since 1994 that Colorado is going to go on the road to play 2 Power 4 teams in a non-conference slate.
It's crazy.
What's that? That's 30 years.
Yeah.
Over 30 years.
I mean, literally since they were national title contenders.
And that 1994 season obviously was a special one here in Boulder. The Buffs finished number 2 in the AP poll. They had a Heisman Trophy winner as well that season. But, yeah, this is obviously, if you can control that, a lot of teams do prefer not to do this for that reason. And also, too, for this program specifically, like, this team just hasn't been good on the road on the last 3 years, right? In 2023, in year 1, they weren't good on the road.
No.
Last year, in 2024, I should say in 2024, I think 2 of their worst losses of the year were on the road. Nebraska on the road, Kansas on the road.
You can throw in the bowl game, too.
And you throw in the Alamo Bowl as well. And then this past year, they literally didn't win on the road at all the whole year.
2024, they did cook on the road, though.
They did, up until the Kansas game.
For sure.
But first of all, there's a reason why this is done. It wasn't just picked out of a hat, but it could have been avoided in this year specifically. You do this, you schedule a home and home with schools like Georgia Tech and Northwestern.
Yep.
And you do that because you wanted to sell tickets. Like you couldn't just bring in Weber State
For sure.
and put people in the stadium. So especially for a program that was really struggling for money back then, you have to do this. You have to bring in bigger opponents so that people look at the schedule and say, oh, I'd like to go see Georgia Tech at Folsom Field. And so now you're paying them back for that by going to Atlanta. And then you're starting a new one with Northwestern where they make a return trip afterwards.
Yes.
You should have just fought so hard to have the home game be this year, and you'll give them the return trip later, or else, and then you wouldn't be in this situation. But I think it's one of the big problems of scheduling things 10 years in advance. Which, has anyone ever figured out why we do that?
I don't know.
I guess it's just to avoid last minute, like, hiccups and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only way I can think of it.
Even 2 years in advance
Yeah.
seems like it would be a really long time to be able
I
to
agree.
plan for something like this. So yeah, it's unfortunate that we found ourselves in this situation when we're no longer in the position where we like have to do all of this stuff to try and get people into the stadium.
Totally. If you could throw it up one more time, Alyssa, they did schedule a win, obviously, though. You got Weber State coming here. I mean, to your point, scheduling wins in this day and age is really all that matters. Like, to get out of that non-conference slate with the shiniest, prettiest record as possible is really all that matters. Look at Indiana. Case in point right there.
Yep.
I mean, this year they had a terrible non-conference schedule. Does it matter? Is anyone talking about that at all right now?
No, and it builds your team's confidence.
Of course.
Like we've done other stuff like this. It's just like unfortunate. Like we decided to go to the island
Yeah.
to play a game so that we could get an extra home game. Again, it's a desperate move for money, but it's like you just started your season on the island, and then it was 11 o'clock local here, so whatever, 7 or something there. Kickoff. We lost the game. You got to travel. Like it's just these are just unforced errors in my opinion, and I get why they were done at the time, but it's frustrating now.
No doubt.
And I really think that we should have tried to change this. But it is what it is. Now we got to go win.
Yep.
Which is, I guess, one other thing on the schedule. This is not related to Colorado, but a team on Colorado's schedule. People were talking about Texas Tech got the easiest schedule in Power 4 this year.
No, it's Notre Dame.
They neck and neck to me. I think it's Notre Dame. You go team by team because they play a lot of the ACC teams. Yeah, it's probably a little bit easier, but Texas Tech's schedule was crazy easy.
What's their non-conference?
Abilene Christian, Oregon State, Sam Houston.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's what our non-conference should look like every year.
Yep.
And I think the toughest Big 12 team they got on the schedule is obviously Colorado's on it. I don't know. Baylor, maybe Arizona, TCU, maybe. That's it.
So they didn't get any of the.
They
didn't
no
get BYU.
no BYU,
K-State.
no K-State.
They do have ASU in October. That's it.
It's crazy. They could very well go 12-0.
For sure.
Very well go 12-0.
And then they'll get it by and they'll go into the playoff and they'll lose with Brendan Sorsby all over again.
For real.
A game that you would already have circled at this point, whether it's an anticipated matchup, maybe a destination, any game in particular, one single game that stands out to you.
I mean, I love the city of Chicago so much, so I'm really excited to fly into Chicago
Best city in the world.
and then go visit, what is it, Evanston?
Evanston, yep.
But they have a new stadium,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that'll be cool. But yeah, that's just such a great city, so much great food. It'll be fun, and I'm also really, really excited for the season opener in Atlanta.
For sure. Yeah.
Howdy.
I like both of those answers. Tech and Northwestern are certainly circled for me personally. I think a trip to Tempe
That's mine.
is
That's
intriguing
mine.
to me.
Yes, sir.
It's very
Yes,
much
sir.
intriguing to me.
We're gonna be drinking out of buckets,
Oh, boy.
testing centrifugal force.
Let's go.
So I think that's my one. Not to mention that obviously the Buffs will be seeing Amara and Miller again in that matchup. I see at least 5 games on the schedule this year where Colorado is going to be going against a former Buff. Obviously, week 1, Georgia Tech, Savion Riley's there, Tajay McCoy is there, Tawfiq Thomas is there at Georgia Tech.
Wow.
Draylon Miller and Yakiri Walker are at Baylor now. Cash Cleveland is still at Texas Tech. Omarian's obviously at Arizona State, and TJ Branch at UCF. So at least 5 games you're going to be going against former Buffs, which adds a little extra wrinkle to things.
No doubt. Yeah, I was going to say the ASU game too. Can't wait to go back to Tempe.
What month
Be
is
my
it?
first time.
November 7th, brother.
Oh,
I love
it's
that.
so
Yeah.
perfect. It's so
I love
perfect.
that.
Although, I guess it doesn't get cold here until late January now, so
Yeah, true. But it'll be like a vacation still.
it will.
All right, let's take our first break and then a little bit more about the schedule and then we'll move on. Shout out to our friends over at Common Spirit, our great friends, just making sure that we're doing all right, right?
Oh, yeah. That's what they do.
That's exactly what they do. And it's people in your community. I mean, they're just a team of qualified, passionate providers, especially in the diagnosis and treatment and prevention of sports-related injuries for all athletes, including your Denver Broncos players, but also just taking care of, you, me, and everyday people out there. There's a lot of things that we let fall through the cracks, I think, this time of year.
Yep.
New year, everyone's super busy, whether you're trying to get back in the gym or whatever, trying to improve your health. But don't let those small things. Make sure you get checked out. And if you do have a nagging injury, they got you covered as well. Check out their incredible sports medicine program, including their new sports center, Common Spirit Health in Parker. They're just going to take care of you from every different way that they possibly can, whether it's preventative care, performance enhancement, or getting you back to peak conditions safely and quickly. Don't let an injury keep you on the bench, or even better, get proactive about your health. For more info, visit mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the mighty Denver Broncos.
And shout out to the squad, our good friends over at Bet365, man. As my boy Jakey just mentioned, the Broncos are still alive in the playoffs, playing for an AFC championship this weekend at Mile High. Our friends over at Bet365, they're going to have all the action that you might want for the Broncos-Patriots AFC championship game this weekend, whether you're looking to get on the action on the NBA, the NHL with the Nuggets and the Avs also putting in work right now at the moment. Bet365 is the place to get it all done, man. And new customers now get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up, use the code DNVR365, deposit $10, and place a bet for $5 to get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on spread, totals, player props, futures, and more. So for the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. You must be 21 plus and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
What up? One more thing on the schedule, if you could, one more time, Alyssa, please. Toughest stretch? Is there a 3-game stretch that stands out to you? I could start if you want.
I mean, to me, it's at Northwestern, at Baylor versus Texas Tech.
Yeah, and 2 out of 3 being road games is tough too. I'm looking at Oklahoma State or Utah at Oklahoma State, K-State.
Yes.
And then even if you want to throw in at ASU after that.
That's what I was going to say. That week 7 and 9 stretch is going to tell us a lot.
Yeah.
I think those are 3. Obviously,
getting to those games at home though is big.
For sure. I mean, but going to Oklahoma State, they are absolutely in contention to be one of the most improved teams this offseason.
Yep. I saw a way too early top 25 for 2026, and they had Oklahoma State in the top 25.
I mean, purely off of hype right now, for sure.
No doubt.
Yeah, that's really wild.
I think they're going to be good this year, man. And like I said, I think all 3 of those teams in that week 7 and 9 stretch are going to be good again this year. This schedule is not sweet. I see some people saying that. It's not sweet.
No.
It's not the worst schedule either, but if, like I said, we're going to know a lot about this team through 5 weeks, through 5 games. But if this ends up being a 7, 8+ win team, I think that says a lot in the right direction.
For sure. I mean, to me, the reason why the schedule isn't sweet is because we botched the part that we control. If the non-conference was Abilene Christian, Oregon State, and Sam Houston State,
we'd look at it way differently.
We would just be talking about it way differently.
100%.
It's all of that, whatever color we made the road games, white, on the schedule there, just looks intimidating.
Yeah.
I will say this. Despite everything that I've said on this, I absolutely believe the Buffs can start 3-0.
For sure. Absolutely they can.
And if that happens, then I'm absolutely going to be thinking they're going to go into Baylor and win. Texas Tech is going to be the toughest test of the season, I think.
Yeah. You get it at home.
And you get it at home. So then it's if you get that job done, which is going to be tough, but, the other side of it is you hear teams talk a lot about, we went on this road trip early in the season. That's when it really clicked for us. We all kind of came together. We were playing cards in the room, whatever.
Yeah.
If you kind of have one of those moments, you go into Atlanta and win that season opener, it sets everything in motion.
For sure.
For sure.
Because then you get an easy one at home, get the walk-ons in the end zone type of game. And it's not like Northwestern are world beaters.
No.
So
No.
the schedule is doable, and then you're going to get into conference play and, see what you're made of.
For sure. I love the timing of the bye week also, by the way. I mean, I feel like you can kind of use that to build up that Tech game too, right? I mean, you can purely focus all on that. Of course, you start the slate the week before at Baylor, but even if you end up, I don't know, 2-1 coming out of non-conference, right? Maybe you drop that game to Baylor, you build up this Texas Tech game. The whole season's still on the other side of the bye, in my opinion.
Yeah, no doubt.
And it's relentless at that point too. Obviously, it doesn't stop after that bye week, so it's just a sprint to the finish line.
I also think too, you look at the conference slate, the places you have to go. Could be wrong. I don't think Baylor playing in Waco is a crazy tough place to play.
I also kind of like that you're getting Lagway like
Early.
Yeah.
Like Oklahoma State is, I think Stillwater's kind of a tough place to play when they're good.
Yes, for sure.
And we'll see if they're good. Arizona State, I guess, can be a tough place to play.
Dillingham's turned it up recently.
Yeah. Cincinnati is solid. I guess it's good to play, but you don't have to go to Utah. You don't have to go to Kansas State. You don't have to go to Texas Tech, which I think would be 3 tough places to play.
Tempe's not a hard place to play.
Yeah.
Unless they start off, whatever game of the season that is, 6. If they're like 5-1,
Yeah, that's week 10. So
okay, so yeah, they're gonna have to have a really good record.
Yeah.
It's a big bandwagon group of fans.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially in, I guess, early November too.
like I said, I think you dodged the toughest places to play in the conference mostly.
I mean, yeah, you don't have a BYU on here. I mean,
Yeah, that too.
you get Utah at home as well. So, I mean, those two teams have probably 2 of the best home field advantages in the conference, and you dodge both of them. So, all right. There's your schedule. We will for sure dig into it more in the future. But for right now, what did you learn from talking to our boy Cam? Whoa, Cam.
Whoa, Cam. Oh, Cam. Shout out to Cam Newton, the Buffs' newest commit, the latest addition to the 2026 recruiting class, the first running back to commit, sign with Colorado, high school running back of the Brennan Marion era, which I think is noteworthy. And that's kind of where I want to start, just in terms of what Cam told me about his interactions with Brennan Marion early on. There's this quote here from Cam. He goes, Brennan Marion, knows ball, and he's proven it over the years. He just wants some dogs on the field and his playmakers to make plays. And I thought this was particularly interesting. He goes, a lot of the offense and plays that Brennan Marion was showing are a lot like the sets I have already ran in high school. So Cam has some familiarity with some go-go concepts. He obviously wasn't running the go-go offense down there at Walnut Grove High School, but some of the concepts, particularly in the run game, that he is familiar with, that he is used to, is what he's going to be running here in the go-go offense with Brennan Marion at Colorado. And I think that's interesting. We watched some of his highlight tape the other day. This is like a fast guy with speed, I think with home run speed, more of a one-cut runner. He's not the biggest right now. He's not the strongest right now, about 5'10", 185 pounds. But I think his familiarity with these go-go concepts, along with his speed, his game-breaking speed, I think makes him somebody to not be forgotten about in this running back room right now at this moment in time.
Did he talk at all about his recruitment and like being kind of overlooked?
Yeah, he did. He talked about how that has really motivated him. Like he feels like, this is his quote, he goes, I definitely feel like I should be ranked up higher and more valued, but I'm just blessed to have Colorado give me an opportunity to take a chance on me. And I think that's
the new mentality.
That is the new mentality. And I asked him too, like, who was the first kind of person to reach out to you? And shout out to Johnny Mack for being the first one to kind of identify his talent, because you run for 2,000 yards in back-to-back seasons in Texas. And for you to only have a handful of offers, most of them being from the Ivy League and whatnot, somebody not doing their job across the country. You know what I'm saying?
I can't even imagine the frustration of being like, every time I touch the rock, I produce.
What else I got to do?
All I've done is do what everyone told me to do, which is control what I can control and ball out.
Yeah.
And bro hit the end zone 41 times this year.
Crazy.
I just cannot imagine the frustration of being like, what do you mean I'm not ranked?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean none of my local schools want me?
It's crazy.
And I think you're just going to be getting a guy who clearly produces, who has something to prove big time.
And he fits the mentality of this year's team. We talked how much about, transfers coming in who were unranked recruits who've really had to earn everything they've gotten to this point to even be targeted by Colorado. And now he's kind of coming up with that attitude. I love it, man. I love the edge that this team is kind of forming already.
I just like his skill set, too. He goes, I'm an overall back. I can catch passes. I can be used on 3rd and 1. With my vision, I feel like I'm an every down back. And you see that throughout his film, right? You see him split out wide at receiver, double move, vertical, catching a pass for a big touchdown. Like, this guy really can do everything that you would ask a running back to do. And I really like this ad. I like the pedigree. I like the hunger that he's coming in with, being slept on, being overlooked. Him being an unranked recruit is just honestly is one of the many things that has me looking at recruiting sites just sideways nowadays. Like, how?
It's all politics.
It really is,
It's
unfortunately.
all people pulling strings behind the scenes. It's relationships that go back far. And,
It's
oh,
nuts.
yeah, I'll help you out. I'll bump your class up 5 spots. Like, that's what, it's just what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, go check out more of my full story on my interview with Cam Newton on the site right now on thednvr.com for the diehards. Make sure you become a diehard right now. Broncos are
Sale,
about
right?
to win an AFC championship right now. You said what?
Sale, right? The Broncos are still alive in the playoffs,
yeah.
right?
Exactly right. There's a sale going on right now. I can't think of too many better times to lock in with us and become a DNVR
Here's
diehard.
Scotty believing right there. The Broncos are about to win the AFC championship.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
Facts.
Scotty's he's come a long way since the start of the 2025 NFL season.
You know what? I gotta keep it a bean, bro. You was telling me all off season, bro.
I literally was.
And I really wasn't trying to hear that. I'm okay, bro. Like they'll be fine, bro. They'll be a good team, bro. They're probably gonna make the playoffs. But you was adamant, bro, and you stood on all 10, bro, that this was a Super Bowl caliber team. And as we sit here a couple of days of them lining up to play in an AFC championship game, bro, you deserve your flowers for that. I know you felt similarly
Yep.
as well. But yeah, I got to give you your flowers for that. You called that, no doubt.
Thank you.
I love our little group chat just rooting for each other's teams.
Yep.
I wish my boys could have made it one more week, man. But
You'll be fine, bro. You got a lot of stuff to be excited about.
hey, thank you. Because King, I know y'all be seeing this. King Mar's been talking big mess on the timeline in the chat. Obviously, he's a Patriots fan.
Yeah.
He been talking crazy. I can't wait to see how this unfolds.
It can't even be fun to talk crazy to a team that doesn't have their starting quarterback.
I know.
For real.
Like, we have nothing to lose. You have everything to lose.
No, yeah. It's got to make them a little nervous.
Imagine Drake may lose to Jarrett Stidham in his first AFC championship game performance. That just sets his career off as like
People,
he can't get it done in the big
choker.
one.
people not going to forget that for at least 3 years.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that's going to stick with him if it happens.
Crazy.
We'll see. Time is almost here. A few more things to talk about, but let's just take our next break and shout out the homies over at Toyota, man. They've been rocking with us for a minute. We're hanging out here in the Toyota lounge, and we rock with them heavy as well. They have saved me at least once for sure on the way back from Boulder.
No doubt.
You know, it's treacherous out there on the road sometimes, but
Not
with
in
our
a Toyota.
friends, not in a Toyota. I mean, not only are they built safely, but they're going to help you out if you do get in a situation. Trucks have been a part of their DNA for generations, man. Check out the all-new 2025 Tacoma and the return of the iconic 2025 Land Cruiser. They got 17 models available with all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, like the Epic 4Runner as well. They also offer more low and zero-emission vehicles combined than any other automaker. Even if you wanted to blend a little bit, get yourself a hybrid truck. They got the Tundra iForce Max hybrid truck as well. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places.
And shout out to our good friends over at Breckenridge Brewery, man. As y'all know, it's wintertime, which means that it is Avalanche Amber season, man. It's dark. It's a perfect balance of malt and hops, and it has just the right amount of sweetness as well, man. It's so easy to drink as the days get shorter and the days get colder. It's one of Breck's first hits as well, man. It's a true classic. That's so good. It's so fire. They just had to name a hockey team
crazy
after it as well, man. Whether you're grabbing you an Avalanche Amber season or one of our other favorites, my personal favorite, maybe potentially that Fun Slinger. get you one of a Breck brews, because as you know, Breckenridge Brewery is the official craft beer of DNVR. So check out the beer locator at breckbrew.com to find a brew near you. Whether you're looking for the Mile High City, Broncos Country Pale Ale, or something else, Breck Brew has got you covered. So shout out to the squad, our good friends over at Breckenridge Brewery.
Jared Stidham, and he's like, they didn't like him more than Nick or something like that.
Oh Lord, I love it. I love it.
All right, let's talk about winter workouts. Obviously, they started well off, reached the people. I mean, you guys know the drill by now. You know where to find all that stuff. Takeaways, Scotty.
Yes.
Got notes.
I do.
It's a long page of notes.
No, it's really that. My biggest takeaway from the first couple of days of winter workouts is how involved Brennan Marion is.
Yeah,
like he is in the mix. Like,
so is Coach.
100%. Right, and I guess that's kind of something that I guess I'm more used to. Obviously, obviously going back to the 2023 season and whatnot, but having Brennan Marion just be so involved right now at this point of the year, as he's getting to learn his personnel, learn his players, his assistant coaches and whatnot, I think is just so dope. And I think that's going to pay dividends. Like you can see, like that's when bonds are built. Like there was a thumbnail for Darius's video yesterday of Coach Marion like stretching next to Julian, like. And there was another clip of like Coach Marion and JoJo like messing with each other, like talking about Julian, like Marion, like, yeah, I figured him out. Like, ooh, like that's where like bonds and like relationships start to get built. And I just love that Coach Marion is already involved and engaged as much as he is. We saw some of the speed work. Danny Scoots flying. And I saw a clip of his high school coach posting a clip of Scudero like cribbing a punt in high school, and bro's just moving differently, bro. Yes. Like Danny Scudero was really that whole receiving core. I'm really excited about. DeKalen Taylor, Trackhawk is confirmed back, already back, looking healthy.
Hell yeah,
running fast, which I think is good news to everybody as well. Q for 6 getting challenged by Coach Swayze. Coach Swayze, this is his time. This is Swayze time of the year.
Swayze season.
It's Swayze season for sure. And I posted the clip, Quentin running a 4.48 in the 40, running a bit slower the next time. And Swayze just challenged him, getting on there like, no, like we expect 4.2 out of you, 4.3. So let's do that, even if it is the first day of winter workout. So that was just a couple quick takeaways, notes that I took notice of that I really liked.
Real quick, I hate the 40-yard dash so much. Because first of all, these guys are just running this on the first day of winter workouts.
Right.
When you see like Xavier Worthy or like one of these guys who puts up a crazy time doing that at the combine, they've been training for months for that specific exercise.
Yes.
But the average person it's so easily quantifiable. 4.45 and lower is really fast. Anything above that isn't fast enough. 4.5 is slow. Like everyone just has these ideas in their head about but it doesn't apply. Like the numbers don't apply one for one across what you're used to seeing at the combine, what you're seeing here. Secondly, those guys were flying.
Yes.
Guys are flying.
For real.
And I'm so excited to watch this team. On what you said about Marion, and I love seeing Coach Prime out there.
Yes.
Just looking healthy and happy and
for sure
present. Which
just
is so
loving
hard
what he's
for
doing
him.
too.
Yes, exactly. You can tell that he's just in such a better place than he was. Brennan Marion, I just feel like I think he pounded the table for some of these guys.
Yes.
And I think that he takes like every part of his coaching personally. So if he said, I'm stamping this guy, then like he takes it personally. I have to make sure that I was right.
He's extra invested,
yes.
Which you love to see.
And I just love to see that. And that's, something that people that have been around him say, like, he just never stops. He's either coaching a player, watching film, cooking up new plays. He's a sicko.
In the best way.
Very clearly lives, eats, and breathes football.
Yes. It's awesome to see.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to make him incredibly successful moving forward.
Why he was such an important hire too, right? Because it hit on everything that we were looking for, not just from a play caller and scheme developer and not even the football stuff, frankly, honestly. It's the fact that he's a younger guy who loves recruiting, loves his players, and just loves being in that setting and loves just joking around with his quarterbacks or, seeing what his receivers are doing. And so, it's awesome. It's exactly why he's here, is to kind of just bring the team closer together too, right?
Energy.
Yes.
Energy.
The contrast in energy at that
position
is
night and day, brother.
I don't know if it's possible to have a bigger swing.
No, I don't think it is. And to your point about 40-yard dash, there's not a football drill. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, how often are you running straight line in an NFL or
out of a sprinter
game?
Stance?
Right.
With no one in front of you, behind you,
no quick
next
cuts.
to you.
Yeah.
I think it's just more of a test of explosion, right?
sure.
It's more high end speed for some of the smaller guys that you have skill position wise, but
I almost wonder if, I don't wonder, it would be. They should do like a drill similar to the 40, but you got to do a release to start it. And then you see how fast someone actually runs out of a release.
No, that's valid. That's valid. Two more other notes I had. These JMU boys, man.
Yeah.
Justin Eaglin running a 4.4, flying. 8 PBUs this year, 5 picks this year. Like, I think he has all the intangibles to be a starting corner and a good one in the Big 12 at Colorado this year. And then how about Manny Iziogu? 6'2", 245 pounds, running a 4.46 yesterday on the first day of workouts. That's
freak territory.
Absolutely freaky. freaky. He's going to be a redshirt sophomore this year as well. Still very, very young. Got on the field this past year at James Madison on a playoff team, a really good defense as a redshirt freshman. Was a bit productive, but I think that was just the beginning, just the tipping point of what he's capable of. And Manny Iziogu opened some eyes, I think, from everybody who watched Reach the People, Well Off, and whatnot. And I think this pass rush, right, with him and Nene and Lamont Lester and Hopper, and I can keep going on, but I think this pass rush, along with the linebacker crew, is going to be two of the most improved positions on this team this year.
I mean, the defense just already seems much better just with the players that have been brought in and what they're doing already. Okay, a little more serious, I guess, but Sav'ell Smalls, he put out a tweet yesterday. Clearly a disappointing season for him. He just wasn't even in the rotation at all, playing games at all halfway through.
Yeah.
And he revealed why. This is from a post that he put on Twitter. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but he says, in the beginning of this season, so 2025 fall camp, so this is like August, I began experiencing symptoms of transient quadriplegia while doing routine plays I've done my entire life. This is a medical term to say my arms and legs were experiencing episodes of temporary paralysis. Following these episodes, I would have numbness in my hands and feet for days. So he says at one point here, he was trying to basically keep it a secret for the most part.
Yeah.
He said, I kept my symptoms to myself and continued to play until week 5 when I had multiple episodes during that week of practice as well as the game. This prompted me to alert our training staff after having an MRI, it was revealed I was born with spinal stenosis, a condition classified as a narrow spinal canal causing nerves to compress, which shuts off signals to the body. After receiving the diagnosis, I talked to my doctors, and a spinal fusion was the only viable option to continue my career. However, it was not guaranteed to reduce or to stop my symptoms, and the risk of paralysis would still be high. So in early October, I medically retired, ending my athletic career for good.
Damn, man.
Crazy.
That's so sad. I did not see that or know that. Wow.
Yeah.
The part that really hits me hard is him saying, like, I didn't tell anyone.
Yes.
Because he wanted so badly to play and to perform and to live up to the expectations that were put on him when he started his college career. At least that's my guess of why he didn't want to tell anyone. Yeah, that's tough.
Very tough. And nerve issues are hell, by the way.
Yeah.
They really are. So shout out to him.
Praying for him, man. And yeah, super relatable too, because I feel like everybody who's played sports up to this level, even as well, like, can relate to that. Where you might be banged up, you might be feeling something, and you don't want to say anything because you want to be out there.
Yep.
Right? You want to be
You're in a
available.
position battle, and you don't want to fall behind by taking a couple days off.
Exactly right. And so I can relate to that. I hate that. And also, it makes me think like, we've said it before multiple times on the show. You never know what people are going through.
Amen.
You never know what somebody is going through. So I think everybody just think about that sometimes. Be kind.
Yeah.
Like take a step back and just take a breath and relax, because you never know what somebody is going through. And if Sav'ell had never put this out, nobody would have ever known.
Yep.
So I'm glad that he did, and we're certainly praying for him.
Totally. And also just, I mean, thankful too. Like that condition, bro, it takes one hit.
Yeah, man.
And we would have had a terrible, terrible situation on our hands. Of course, very thankful it didn't happen, but this was a very serious
For him to feel
situation.
that stuff during a game,
yes, dude.
makes me really sad. But
Yep.
Yeah. So shout out to him. I mean, he's obviously doing just fine. But yeah, his athletic career is over. But I mean, this is a smart kid too. So
Yep.
he's
Wishing
going to have
nothing
a
but the best for him.
very bright future ahead of him. Shout out to Sav'ell Smalls. Let's move on to Darian Mensah. This is an insane situation. It's crazy. So last Friday, the portal was closing, I guess, for the most part,
yes.
at midnight. And it did so, or it was doing so, I guess. But we were going live for the show talking about it. And I think after the show is when it comes out, oh, here's Darian Mensah. He's going to enter the portal now at the deadline, right? And so it's been thrown around there. Look, if you're on Twitter, man, you see a lot. And the Miami quarterback conversation, has been talked about, at depth, really. They have Carson Beck, who's graduating. He's already graduated for the most part.
As he said, he hasn't been to class in 2 years.
Exactly.
I still can't believe he said that.
They're obviously one of the best teams in the country playing in the national title. They're going to need a quarterback for the next year. Everyone just connected the dots. It was Miami when he was entering the portal. Duke is, man, they have shown teeth when it comes to this situation.
Someone had to do it.
Yes. I've read into this a little bit. There's so much going on. Basically, Duke put they said no initially. He said too bad. He was trying to enter. Duke refused to put his name in the portal. So then Duke put a temporary restraining order on Mensah because of his contract, and Duke was trying to pull some stuff with the contract saying no, we have your rights. We're not going to release you from the rights. But now apparently they're going to let him into the portal, but they now have an injunction ruling. So this is a quote from ESPN, and it's from the Duke athletic department about this situation. Mr. Mensah has an existing contract with Duke, which the university intends to honor, and we expect he will do the same. The court-ordered temporary restraining order issued yesterday ensures he does not violate his contract. The university is committed to supporting all student athletes, blah, blah, blah. That's where we're at right now. So technically, they did put his name in the portal, but this temporary restraining order is restricting him from actually going to another team, basically.
Right. And I think they originally were saying you can't accept NIL from anyone else based on what this contract says.
Yes.
So maybe what they're technically saying is you can go to Miami, you got to do it for free.
Yep. Or come back.
Also, to do this to Duke, isn't Duke a massive law school? They are going to cross T's and dot I's.
A lot of smart folks out there.
Of course they are. I think, not to say that other schools are dumb, which other schools are dumb, but it's one thing to try it, but to try it at Duke, come on, bro.
You don't have to put Arizona State on blast like that.
I think this is the most succinct kind of summarization of it. So with this restraining order today, Duke must put Mensah in the portal, but until that preliminary injunction hearing, which is on February 2nd, Mensah can't enroll at another school. He obviously can't play football for another one. He cannot license NIL to anyone. He cannot interfere with Duke's rights to his NIL, and he cannot further breach the contract. So I think that's what Duke is saying. I'm like, yeah, sure. You can go in the portal. Can't play for nobody else, though, until this settlement, this hearing on the 2nd is finalized. But you can come back, though, if you want. And I think Duke is doing what I think everything in their power to,
as they should,
just honor the contract that they signed.
Well, I hope this goes to the highest levels of court and a true ruling is bestowed upon it.
Yes.
That just becomes a test case for any time this happens again. You just point at, Mensah versus Duke.
Sets a precedent.
Exactly. So I hope this goes on forever. I think what is probably going to happen is similar to what happened with Damon Williams. Someone got in his ear and was like,
Oh, yeah.
you don't want to do this,
not
bro.
worth
Just
it, man.
play football and go to the league.
Yep.
And I think that's what's going to happen with Mensah, but we're already a whole step ahead of where we got to with Damon Williams.
Yes.
So maybe someone is in his ear saying the opposite. Like, no way they're going to enforce this. Just keep going.
Well, that's the other part of this too. Is, man, these kids, they really got to get agents who know their stuff, man. Like, if you have an agent and you're gonna enter the portal and all that, and you don't have a prior agreement with another school, whatever. Obviously, that's fine. But like, sign a 1-year deal then, bro.
Exactly.
Like, if you knew what you were signing.
You literally signed a multi-year deal.
Yes.
Before this past season.
If you did not like that, then tell them first off, or go find another damn school.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. I mean, there's a reason everyone wants multi-year contracts in professional sports because it gives you stability.
Yes.
But no one in professional, well, I shouldn't say no one. Most people in professional sports know once you sign that, that's your team.
For
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
Unless they trade you. Which
Exactly.
That ain't a thing yet in college football.
It probably can't ever be, but unless we just remove the student part of it
Yeah.
all.
Which seems like we're headed that way anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is also from the ESPN article. Mensah, who signed a multi-year contract with Duke in 2024 that was believed to be worth $4 million. It says he informed Manny Diaz, the Duke Blue Devils head coach, on Friday. And then I don't know if I saw this on the Reddit CFB page, but again, I think Duke it's like a big law school, I'm pretty sure. And the way that they crafted this restraining order is actually really interesting because they just know what they're doing. Liam Blutman, right? Is the Barstool guy who's done a great job breaking a lot of news, but he's been put in that restraining order because he had a tweet that came out.
Blutman's in the restraining order?
Well, not like like he's being
referenced.
Yeah, he's being used as evidence almost
Got it.
as Duke obviously not really being aware of this, but also Miami tampering of some sorts because he had a tweet that mentioned $10 million deal, sister NIL deal, country club housing.
Of what he might get from
of
Miami?
what he would get from Miami.
Wow.
So clearly Miami already knew what they were going to offer. They were clearly tampering. So,
Of course.
Duke obviously, I mean, again, lots of smart people there. They don't directly accuse Miami of that. They just put that tweet in there, which clearly shows that something else was going on.
Oh man, someone's in trouble for leaking that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So this thing is just getting started.
Definitely.
Like I said, the longer it goes on, the better. Give us a definitive ruling that can be used as a test case for any other time this happens.
It has to happen because Mensah probably watched this happen multiple times. He's like, well, they all got away with it. Let me try it.
Yeah.
And that's just going to keep happening to people until a precedent is set where it's like, no, you can't do this. Like, you sign a multi-year deal, that's your deal. But
It's how it works in every other sport.
in every other walk of life.
Coaches in college football too. I mean, how many times Mike Norvell, FSU, perfect situation. He has a massive multi-year contract that they're not willing to buy out to get him out of there.
If they could, they would can his ass.
Exactly. But they're stuck with him.
For sure.
Which is why they're going through another portal turnover.
Oh.
They're obviously not nearly as much hype as there was for FSU the last 2 years. So
I have a bad feeling that this is going to end in Darian Mensah not playing football at all this season, and just saying I'm going to go with this top quarterback trainer and train with him the whole season and get ready for the NFL draft. And I don't think that will end with him being a first round pick, which is I think what he was probably tracking towards if he just played at Duke again this season.
exactly.
I could also see him doing what Retzlaff did. Obviously, very different circumstances, but it's just like, I'm leaving this school. I'm going to enroll somewhere else.
Walk on.
Yeah. Right. And they get him some backdoor compensation.
Didn't you say in that the contract says he can't play football for anyone else?
Until that injunction.
Oh, okay.
Which is February 2nd. So, again, we'll see what happens with that hearing, but I can see that potentially being a path as well.
Yeah.
This ESPN article also says he can't enroll until that injunction too.
Right.
So
he's not even going
Which
to
means
school
that
this
he-
semester.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Carson Beck,
Right.
bro. Like, how many of these kids are actually going
Yeah.
to school, especially if you're in college 5+ years?
It's wild.
But being in school and enrolled in school is an important part of the transfer process
Yes,
in terms of like
Yes.
when you can get on the field and practice and all that stuff.
For sure.
absolutely. On that note, I saw this today. Apparently, there's been some movement for Trinidad Chambliss to come back for his 6th year at Ole Miss as well.
Seems like he's going to get it.
Yes, bro. It's moving in that direction.
Yeah. Sounds like he's going to get it.
Stop
For real.
this.
Grown ass man.
It's. I'm just blown away that the fact that the NFL all my life was always seen as the ultimate goal for these guys, and now it's like there. I mean, Chambliss is risking so much going back to school given his stock right now.
It's just where college football has gone, where it's like you can make just as much money
More.
if you're one of these guys. More.
Yes,
And you can, again, it's 1-year contracts.
and you don't have to go to school.
And you don't even have to go to school. So I completely understand why a guy in Trinidad's case, even with probably a first-round grade in the NFL draft, would be like, you know what, I think I'm just going to stick around one more year if I can. I don't like it because this is, like I said, I think he's 24,
Trinidad.
maybe 25, something like that.
Let me see.
It's going to be like a 6th, 7th year of college football. Like, I know he's had some injuries, some medical red shirt and whatnot, but it's like, brother, what are we doing?
He'll be 24 for next football season.
That's insane. Get a job.
Yes.
Even if that's in
Yes.
the NFL.
Even if it's like, it's crazy.
Yes.
It's like Adam Sandler's over there grabbing him by the cheek saying, stay as long as
Yes.
you can.
No, literally, though.
Totally.
Literally.
dude.
And less pressure. Yeah, that King Wright mentions as well, for sure. For sure.
Hey, but you give me $5 million to go back for another year of college? I don't blame him.
No.
But the whole system is just so cooked.
Also on Friday, an important deadline passed in terms of the college football playoff format. There will be no changes for this next season. So it's 12 teams. I'm pretty sure everything's still the same. Top 4 seeds get a bye.
Well, that Notre Dame stuff is new.
Well, yeah, the Notre Dame nonsense for sure. But I mean,
But yeah.
they should be absolutely a top 10 team given that schedule. Again, one of the
Yeah,
easiest
for sure.
schedules in the country. It's a joke. Anyways, the Big Ten and the SEC, though, they still can't seem to come to any agreement. This is actually, I think, I'd blame more so on the Big Ten. I think the Big Ten is the one who wants to go to 24 teams. The SEC, Greg Sankey, the SEC commissioner, has publicly said they want a 16-team model, but it is the Big Ten who wants a 24-team model. Basically, they couldn't agree. They couldn't agree by the deadline, so no changes. So, for better or worse, that is where we're at for right now. So it's still very clearly those two conferences driving the ship, making all the decisions. As unfortunate as it is, but I guess credit to the Big Ten. Capitalizing on momentum, you're on 3 straight national championships now. But
That's crazy.
yeah,
24 teams is crazy.
it can't. What's the point of that, bro?
That wouldn't even
where
resemble
we're
college
going.
football.
It's so
In my
dumb,
I told
man.
you 3 years ago.
Yeah,
The State Farm Conference and the All-State Conference.
pretty much.
Did y'all see Josh Pate's thing today about how to fix the calendar?
Yeah, you're saying move bowl games before playoff, right? Or before selection, even.
Yeah, pretty much like, I'm just trying to remember from memory now, but basically like conference championships would be like how they usually are, like the weekend of Thanksgiving. That following weekend.
Weekend of Thanksgiving is
That's
rivalry week.
that's moving it back a week, if that's the case.
Okay. Or
He's
Basically-
basically moving the whole calendar back a week. I
for
think.
sure. And like he also added in like on conference championship weekend, like the other teams who are like maybe in like the top 12 who aren't in conference championship weekend play each other for like a college football playoff like data point weekend. So like you can play yourself into or out of the playoff, on that weekend.
We're getting a little too wild now.
Yeah,
I thought it was kind of sound. I feel like y'all should go check it out. I thought it was well thought out and it made a lot of sense. Something obviously has to be done about this calendar.
for sure.
If there's anything called data point weekend in my football schedule, I'm going to be pissed off.
I still like. I can't remember who had this idea, but I really like this idea that I brought to the show a few times. Where obviously 1 and 2 in the conference play each other for the conference title weekend, but like 3 should play 16 or 3 should play 4 even. I don't care how it is, but make the conference all play each other, like to actually define who finished where in the conference as opposed to 5 place ties.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I
just
mean?
another week in the schedule, and during championship week, everyone else still plays.
Yes, but you're playing conference games.
Conferences will be against that though because I guess they could just make all those championship games standalones, but like they wouldn't want Colorado fans watching a game if they weren't in the championship that wasn't the championship.
That's true. But also this came through today too. They're moving the Big 12 title game to Friday night as opposed to Saturday morning, which that's the old Pac-12 slot that Friday night.
Yeah. I'm conflicted on it. I really don't like Saturday morning. Like I'm just thinking if we were there, like I would hate that it was such an early game.
Sure.
Yeah. Friday night feels a little small time to me. Like I don't know, but I think I would prefer it to Saturday morning. I would much rather just have Saturday midday, but obviously it's kind of a pecking order of what the networks want.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is our reality now for the next 8 months, talking about these potential changes and ideas and stuff, because clearly there is no need for speed in terms of fixing this stuff as quick as possible. We just keep passing deadlines and, we'll deal with this next year.
There's no sense of urgency for real.
Of course not. No.
Sponsor checks are still cashing.
Exactly.
Yes, they are. And the television checks for the conferences are still cashing as well, of course, too. So that's pretty much all I got today.
Good one.
Hell yeah.
Thought so too. Good job, guys.
Schedule being out is crazy. It feels like that's like the first step
I know.
in getting to the next season.
Yep.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, the Broncos are still playing this season.
Yeah. Insane.
new players on campus. Winter workouts are here. The schedule is here. It's feeling like 2026. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. Gonna be fun. We got 2 super chats from our guy David. He goes, "Them portal jumps sitting like bricks." I don't know what the number is now, but it was over half the players who entered the portal were still stuck in it.
Yeah, like 60%.
Yeah. And then he goes, "Prayers up for everybody. Safety in this snow."
It's about to get crazy out here.
I thought we were just getting cold. We're getting snow too.
Yeah, I think we're just getting cold.
Friday is a high of 24. Saturday is a high of 19. Sunday is a high of 29 just right now.
Yeah, and I saw Chris Bianchi, who's like
Yes.
the go-to guy around here, be like,
Yep.
that's going to drop.
Yep. Low temperatures of 7, 3, and 3 in that stretch. Holy cow.
We're not, like, normally we're prepared. We have a cold stretch like this. We've been cold for a few weeks.
Yes.
We haven't been cold yet. Like, I was at the Broncos game. It was like, I don't know, 35 degrees. I'm like, I should feel fine. I have a jacket on and everything, and I was cold. I was like, this is what happens to people when they move to warm weather places.
Yeah. Even today, it was like 45 degrees. I was like, oh, this is a beautiful day out here.
Yeah.
Great January day.
Hey, y'all don't have to name no teams. How many Big 12 teams would you expect to be on the preseason AP Top 25 poll?
I'm going to say 5.
I was going to say 4.
With 4 in the back below 15.
Because On 3 put out their way too early 2026, and they had 5 Big 12 teams in the top 25, which I thought was
Tech,
What's
BYU.
the second highest rated?
BYU,
At
13.
Okay.
Tech, BYU, Utah, Oklahoma State.
No, Houston and Arizona.
Wow.
Interesting.
Fritzy boy.
I'm interested to see what how he builds off of last year. He brings his quarterback back.
Yeah.
As a 5-star quarterback waiting in the wings potentially.
Yep.
That'd be interesting.
T95 says threats of snow in Houston.
No
Be safe
way.
out there.
Oh,
y'all.
yeah, that's true. There's supposed to be like ice storms in Texas.
Oh,
Lord
wow.
Jesus.
Which last time that was scary. So
a
be
lot of
safe
people-
out there, everyone.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying 2 or 3. Interesting.
Oh, no.
Yikes.
Have some respect.
All right, chat. We'll be back tomorrow. Again, we'll get through this offseason together. Let's go Buffs.
Go Buffs.
Squad.
We all silly like the mayor.